Jam on toast!
Hey everybody, welcome to the Jam. I'm Cameron, and today the toast is to the Frighteners. This is a Sourcefed Nerd Movie Club review. First I had to question it. It seems like we're almost doing movies that may or may not be horror movies for this October. We've had debates back and forth about Scream, and we had debates back and forth between Carrie. And the Frighteners I always remembered as a comedy, but I am a little broken in as far as horror movies go. In retrospect, it's definitely more of an action movie, and I don't know if I would necessarily call it a horror movie, other than it's dealing with ghosts, and that just makes it a paranormal adventure movie to me. But I digress. So the short sell in this one is that the guy uses his ability to commune with the dead to scam people out of their money, takes upon himself to go after this death-like specter that is literally crushing the hearts of locals in his town. My love for this was definitely the dual direction of the scenes. You have like ghosts battling while one person's chasing another person in like the real universe. And it's amazing to see that sort of thing interact with each other, especially since the ghosts can kind of move things in the real world too, so you have to take that into account as well. What I only hate it is that when they go to do the research about Patty and what happened, that they don't find everything out when they did that. Like there weren't accounts of what actually happened in the paper or records. It's very strange. It would ruin half the movie if they did. The MVP for this was definitely Michael J. Fox. He plays his part extremely well, and the other actors actually do a pretty good job, except for the guy who plays Agent Dammers, maybe? Maybe he just played the part so well, it was that off-putting. But Michael J. Fox definitely brings it and carries us on a journey with him, even going through all the special effects stuff. Let's get on to the categories. Aesthetics. Jaw-dropped amazed at the aesthetics here. Wonderful computer-generated scenes. Some of the work with the ghosts was amazing, and I think it got overlooked at the time for how advanced it was, because it was comical. Like, there's a scene where a ghost is getting ran over, and like there's literally tire tracks in him, and it's done very physically, as if he's gelatinous, and then it pops back through. The spooky death-like specter is fantastically done. For the time, it actually looks like it's leaping instead of just floating in places. All the work they do where like the rugs and paintings come to life is amazing. There's even a scene where he's like slapping a piece of rug and a face comes out of it. Aesthetics gets a 94. Character development. This is one of those movies where there's definitely a mystery element to it. It's a well-rounded movie in that respect too, that they do it, but they feed us the information on the characters in little bits and pieces. You get to know what you need to know most of the time when you need to know it. Especially Dammers is a little off-putting at places, but you definitely learn a little bit there. You get to know more about the town through all the interactions. I think we quickly learn how crazy the little police force is there. We learn a little bit about the ghosts, but not nearly as much as I would like. But I guess all you need to know is that they're dead and they're this person. So the major character development is really on the villains and trying to figure out who done it. And other than that one plot hole, I think it was done pretty well. Character development gets an 88. Storyline. This is a fantastic story. If someone just told me the story, I may be a little excited to go to sleep, but it's one that would sell. I'd love to see a remake, or maybe even like a chronological movie, or even a prequel to this one. Where's that movie? We do prequels all the time now. I want my serial killer movie. Let's do it for the kids. Storyline gets an 88. Compulsion. I always have problems with bouncing back and forth between comedy, action, and drama. It takes special finesse to get it just right. I think this movie just missed the mark for me. It's got a fantastic story, it's got great production, wonderful execution in the acting, but something's just missing, and I think it's in the structure of trying to be funny versus trying to be serious, and I just didn't know where to be, and it just was lacking. I'd love to see a remake of this where they try to go one way or the other. Like I said, I'd love to see a prequel, but while I wasn't about to turn the movie off, I just felt it could have been a little better, and I wish I knew exactly what it was. Compulsion gets a 75. Now, if you total all that up, you get an average of 86.25. For my wrap-up review, I've got to say, I don't consider this a horror movie. I consider this a paranormal adventure movie with lots of good action and comedy in it. The ghost parts weren't nearly as scary as the realistic serial killer type stuff that they show. And I can definitely see that hurting their target audience, because there are two different types of people when it comes to scary movies. There are those that are scared out by paranormal stuff that weirds out their mind, and there's people who are scared by real life stuff that could happen to them tomorrow if they were that unfortunate. This movie kind of straddles the fence between the two of them, so I think it's going to scare off both parties instead of inviting in both parties. I don't think you can do that. I think that's it for me. I'm Cameron. Have a nice day.